Let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Heavenly Father, as we convene today to deliberate on measures that will shape our regional economic development and refine the framework governing the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, we seek your wisdom above all. Grant us clarity of mind, integrity of purpose, and unity of direction. May our discussions be guided not by personal interest, but by what will create meaningful jobs, strengthen investor confidence, empower our local enterprises, and advance inclusive and sustainable growth for our people, and innovation with social responsibility. May the policies we approve today foster economic opportunity across our regions, uplift communities, and reinforce our nation's resilience in a rapidly evolving global landscape. Grant us patience in debate, respect in disagreement, and courage in decision-making. We offer this work to you, trusting that when we act with good faith and upright intention, our efforts will bear fruit for the Filipino people. All this we ask in your most holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. The Chair acknowledges the presence of our distinguished members of this committee, Norte, Honorable Jose J.M. Lagdameo. From the Lone District of City of Taguig, Honorable Jorge
by Ms. Fatima Milan from the Environment Management Bureau. From the Department of Finance, we have Assistant Secretary Juvie C. Danofrata. From the Department of Labor and Employment, we have Mr. Eric Gallardo. From the Department of Trade and Industry, Legal and Compliance Service of the Board of Investments, Attorney Lester Olimpo. From the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, we have Attorney Jenny June Romero and Mr. Ludwig Daza. From the Philippine Ecozones Association, we have the President, Mr. Francisco Zaldarriaga. From the American Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, Inc., we have Ms. Mariel Soriano. And from the CCIP Gores and Velayo & Co. Tax Solutions and Foreign Direct Investments Leader, Partner Attorney Margot A. Advincola. That is all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Comsec. So to my esteemed co-chairperson, Honorable Maximo Dalog Jr., and to the distinguished members of both committees, invited guests, and resource persons, thank you for being here today. Today marks an important milestone in our collective efforts. We are gathered to discuss and approve the committee reports and substitute bills aimed at expanding our economic zones and the strengthening of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. These proposed measures are the result of our extensive collaboration and dedication. We all agree that the development of these zones and the strengthening of PEZA are not just about unlocking potential. It is about attracting crucial investments to our shores, creating more job opportunities for our fellow Filipinos, and ensuring our competitiveness in a rapidly evolving global market. I would like to commend everyone involved for ensuring that these initiatives are thoughtfully crafted and aligned with our national priorities. Your expertise has been essential in bringing these bills to this significant stage. Aligned with this, we will also deliberate on House Resolution number 633. This resolution calls for the President to declare the Bicol Ecozone in Albay as a public special economic zone. By supporting this initiative, we seek to unlock the economic potential of the Bicol region and ensuring that the benefits of growth are by its local communities. I look forward to a productive and open discussion on how we can best support this important effort. As we begin today's proceedings, let us keep our ultimate goal in mind to build a resilient and inclusive economy that truly benefits every Filipino. I encourage all of us to maintain the constructive spirit we have cultivated as we finalize these landmark measures. Thank you, and I look forward to a fruitful and successful meeting.
Honorable Co-Chair and colleagues, members of the Committees on Economic Affairs and the Trade and Industry. Today we'll be deliberating on House Resolution number 633 and of course the approval of 13 local bills and the approval of the unnumbered substitute bill on House Bill number 3112 or the establishment of the Green Industrial Zone, and of course the approval of the unnumbered House Bill in substitution of House Bills numbers 4713, 5640, 5760, an act strengthening the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. So we have a full plate on our agenda, and we ask the resource persons to make their comments concise and direct to the point. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So now, committee will now proceed to the consideration of House Bill number or House Resolution number 633, urging the President to proclaim the Bicol Ecozone in Barangay Pantao, Libon, Albay as a public special economic zone, pursuant to Republic Act number 7916 as amended. This measure was referred to the Joint Committee last January 5, 2026 for the appropriate action. And now the Chair recognizes the author, Honorable Adrian Salceda, representative of the 3rd District of Albay, to sponsor the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Distinguished colleagues, sa inyo pong lahat, isang mapagpalaya at magandang araw po sa ating lahat. I rise today to sponsor House Resolution number 633, respectfully urging the President of the Republic of the Philippines to proclaim the Bicol Ecozone in Barangay Pantao, Libon, Albay as a public special economic zone pursuant to Republic Act number 7916 or the Special Economic Zone Act of 1995. Mr. Speaker, ang resolusyong ito ay hindi lamang tungkol sa isang bagong economic designation. Ito ay tungkol sa isang makasaysayang pagkakataon para sa buong Bicol region. Ang Bicol Ecozone ay magiging kauna-unahang public ecozone sa buong Bicol, isang malinaw na hakbang upang dalhin ang industrial growth sa rehiyon. Matagal na siyang potensyal, ngunit kulang sa ganitong uri ng oportunidad. Mahalaga pong bigyan din na ang proyektong ito ay hindi pinondohan mula sa corporate operating funds ng PEZA. Hindi ito dagdag na pasanin sa pambansang budget. Ipinapakita nito ang matibay na commitment at kumpiyansa ng PEZA sa kakayahan ng Bicol. Hindi rin tayo nasa yugto ng pangarap pa lamang. PEZA has already submitted its recommendation to the Office of the President for approval. Ibig sabihin, nasa huling hakbang na tayo patungo sa formal na proklamasyon. Ang kailangan na lamang ay ang aksyon ng Pangulo upang tuluyang maisakatuparan ang proyektong ito. Mr. Speaker, the interest from investors is real and tangible. LNG terminal operators have already conducted ocular visits and expressed strong interest in investing in the area. Hindi po ito haka-haka lamang. May mga kumpanyang handang lagak ng kapital at magbukas ng oportunidad sa sandaling may proklima ang Ecozone. Strategically, napakalakas po ng lokasyon ng Pantao. Ito ay isang deep water port, may natural na lalim na angkop para sa malaking barko at malaking operasyon. Higit pa rito, may paparating na development mula sa Philippine Fisheries Development Authority na nakakahalaga ng hindi bababa ng 400 million. Ang pagsasabay ng Ecozone at port development ay magbibigay ng mas matatag na pundasyon para sa logistics, trade, and manufacturing. Mahalaga rin pong tandaan na ang Pantao ay matatagpuan sa west coast ng Albay. Kaya mas ligtas ito kumpara sa mga lugar na direktang hinahagupit ng mga bagyo mula sa Pacific. Sa isang bansa madalas tamaan ng malakas na bagyo, ang lokasyon mas protektado ay isang malaking advantage para sa long-term investments at tuloy-tuloy na operasyon. Mr. Speaker, ang Bicol Ecozone ay hindi lamang una sa rehiyon. Ito ay simbolo ng pagbibigay ng pantay na pagkakataon sa labas ng mga tradisyonal na sentro ng negosyo. Kung may public ecozone sa Baguio, Pampanga, Cavite at Cebu, panahon na upang magkaroon din ang Bicol. Pantao has a proud history as an astillero or during the Galleon trade era. Ngayon may pagkakataon nito maging sentro muli ng kalakalan. Hindi na lamang sa rehiyon kundi sa malawak na Indo-Pacific Corridor. Sa pagtatag ng Ecozone na ito, makikilala tayo sa trabaho, makakaakit ng foreign direct investments at makakapagbigay ng mas mataas na antas ng kabuhayan para sa milyon-milyong Bicolano. Ito ay konkretong hakbang tungo sa mas balancing regional development. Kaya po Mr. Speaker, handa na ang lugar, may pondo na, may interes na ang mga mamumuhunan. Nasa Office of the President na po ang rekomendasyon, ang kulang na lamang po ay ang formal na proklamasyon. With that, Mr. Speaker, I respectfully seek the adoption of House Resolution number 633. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Salceda, for your sponsorship. At this point, the Chair now opens the floor to our invited resource persons. In fact, from my list, there's only one, PEZA is the one present. So, would you like to have any comments on
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning to all the honorable members of this joint committee. PEZA, of course, gives its full support to this House resolution. It will be declared as an economic zone under PEZA. And, Your Honors, if I may say, this is a living proof that ecozones really are very instrumental in bringing economic development in the community where it will be located or situated. From all of these sleepy towns, cogonal areas, once an economic zone is established, economic development starts, bustling industries will grow, and millions of employment will now follow. And as we said, under PEZA, we do it the fast way, and it is again proof that partnership with proponents like the LG in this case And under PEZA, it will really be a fruition on the economic zones, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other resource persons who would like to make their comments?
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. So,
Please, sir, please state your,
yes, sir.
mention
Sir,
your name and your agency.
Sir, I'm Mr. Ludwig Daza, sir. I'm the manager of the Ecozone Development Department from the PEZA po also. So, in support of the statement of Congressman Salceda, the Pantao Ecozone will be considered as the fifth public ecozone under PEZA, in addition to the Baguio, Cavite, Pampanga, and Mactan Economic Zone. So we're complying, sir, with the documentary requirements provided in the Republic 7916. This resolution will all the more speed up the process if this resolution is passed by the Congress. But we have one wish is that since this is a government-initiated project, if we can be exempted from fees being levied by regulatory agencies involved in the proclamations like ECC, conversion clearance, and other fees imposed by other agency in proclaiming an economic zones. And that's all, sir.
Okay, I just found out that DNR just arrived. The representative from DNR. DNR about the Miss Fatima Mila.
and the mandates of our agencies.
Anyway, this is just about the House resolution.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if we're talking about the fees, and it should emanate from our, since the DN note of this po, and we will relay it to our officers.
Okay, thank you. Any other agencies would like to comment on the House resolution?
May we be recognized, Your Honor, Mr. Chair?
Yes,
Attorney
please
Usano
state your
Paredes.
name and your agency.
I am Attorney Usano Paredes from the National Commission on Indigenous Peoples, and I have here with me Sir Jesse M. Aguilar, also from NCIP. May we manifest, Your Honor, the NCIP's strong support for the proposed legislative measure. And the NCIP also appreciates much that it is included in the implementation of the proposed legislative measure, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from other agencies? I just want to ask Peza, did you have any correspondence with the Office of the President?
As of now, Your Honor, I think we just requested or we just submitted our proposed bill with the request for a courtesy meeting to discuss the matter also, Your Honors. But we have not received a set meeting for that, set schedule. But we are coordinating with their office, Your Honor.
Yeah, we have right here now our Vice Chairperson,
Yes.
Representative Ryan
Yes,
Recto.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning. Yes, sir. Please, please, sir. Maraming salamat, Congressman. Thank you po. Thank you.
Well, before we proceed, I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the 1st District of Southern Leyte, Honorable Roger Mercado, and from the 6th District of Bulacan, our Vice Chairperson, Salvador Plato.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chairman.
can I just ask Sir Ludwig Dasa? You mentioned a while ago that you're still complying with the documentary requirements as pursuant to Republic Act 7916.
Yes, Your Honor.
So hindi pa rin tapos.
But, kasi sir, we have to magbabayad kami ng mga fees. Like for example, before we can get the DAR exemption clearance, we have to pay the NIA fee, the National Irrigation Administration fee, 25,000. Before we get the ECC clearance, we have to pay PAMBI fee, 20,000, and other clearances. So medyo nagtatagal doon, sir.
Hindi yun ang bottleneck kaya hindi na-approvean ng Office of the President. Kaya yung mga kasi wala kayong yung mga documentary requirements.
Sir, kino-comply pa namin yung requirements under the Republic Act 7916. And I think if a House resolution is passed, it will speed up the process. But in the meantime, we're complying with the requirements and we wish that we be exempted from these fees para mapabilis po ang aming pag-secure ng clearances in having this endorsed to the Office of the President.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other comments or questions from our agencies, or maybe our members of the committee would like to interpolate?
Mr.
I'm
Chair.
sorry, yes,
we
from
would,
DNR.
Yes, po, we would like to manifest that we can open communications by writing a letter of the request to the DENR, also to the DMB, addressed to our Secretary and our Assistant Secretary for Environment and concurrent EMB Director po. So that we can, yes, ma'am, so we can open communications and review the request of PEZA po.
Okay, thank you. That's noted. Any members from the committee would like to interpolate? Nobody? So there being no further questions, the period of interpellation is hereby closed. Are there any motions for? Yes, Honorable Po.
Mr. Chair, I move that House Resolution number 633 be adopted and its corresponding committee report be approved, subject to style and technical amendments as may be warranted by today's deliberation and in coordination with the author and the committee secretariat.
There is a motion duly seconded to adopt the House Resolution number 633 subject to style and technical amendments and to approve the corresponding committee report. Is there an objection? Hearing none, House Resolution number 633 is hereby adopted by the committee and its corresponding committee report approved. We now proceed to the approval of the following unnumbered House bills in substitution of various House bills and their corresponding committee reports covering the Leyte Ecological Industrial Zone, the Southern Leyte Economic Ecozone and Freeport, the Bislig Special Economic Zone, the Metro Iloilo Special Economic Zone, the Special Defense Economic Zone, amendments further strengthening the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan, Camarines Norte Ecozone, the Northern Bicol Ecozone, Oriental Mindoro Ecozone, the Municipality of Sarangani Ecozone, Ilocos Sur Ecozone, the New Clark City Freeport area, and the Cebu 4th District Ecozone. These measures have undergone prior technical review and consolidation. Are there any objections to their collective approval?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Honorable Poe.
Mr. Chair, I move that the unnumbered House bills listed under item 8A to M and their corresponding committee reports be approved, subject to style and technical amendments, including those of the Committee on Ways and Means and Appropriations.
Second. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Before we proceed, I also would like to acknowledge the presence of one Tahanan party list, Representative Nathaniel Oducado. We now proceed to the approved of the unnumbered House Bill in substitution of House Bill number 3112, establishing the Green Industrial Zone Program. This measure integrates sustainability incentives, green job promotions, and environmentally responsible industrial development. Are there any comments from DTI or DNR before we proceed?
Good morning,
Yes.
Mr. Chairs. I'm Fatima Milian from the DNR, Environmental Management Bureau. Just would like to share this minor comment on House Bill number 3112, particularly Section 10A and B on environmental and social safeguards, which only mentioned of Philippine 86, the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System, on ECC and CNC, and waste and waste treatment standards. And that would be for RA 9275, the Clean Water Act. If we may also add that all other applicable environmental laws must be included under environmental and social safeguards, particularly RA 749, the Philippine Clean Air Act, RA 6969, the Toxic Substances and Hazardous and Nuclear Waste Control Act, and also RA 9003, Ecological Solid Waste Management Act. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, that's noted. Thank you very much.
And also, may isa pa po pala, Mr. Chair, sorry. R11898, or Extended Producer Responsibility Act, whenever it will apply to obliged enterprises within the green industrial zones. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Noted. From DTI, yes.
Yes. Attorney Lester from Olimpo from the Board of Investments, DTI. The DTI and the BOI expresses its support with the said bill. We'd just like to point out that with regard to the provisions on incentives, we are hopeful that the implementation thereof would be in accordance or compatible with the CREATE law, as amended. Thank you.
I'd like us to remind both agencies from DNR and DTI if you could also submit your position paper regarding this
Yes,
matter.
We will, sir.
When? Can you submit it within a week?
Yes, we will, sir.
Thank you. What about DNR?
We will submit our position paper through the DNR po.
Thank you. Any members of the committee would like to interpolate? None? Are there any motions?
Mr. Chair, I move that the unnumbered House Bill in substitution of House Bill number 3112 and its corresponding committee report be approved subject to style and technical amendments, including those of the Committee on Ways and Means and Appropriations.
Any objection? There's a motion duly seconded, and there being no objection, the motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Honorable Salceda.
may I respectfully move that all members present be co-authors of the said resolutions. So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there's a motion that all members present to be co-authors of the said measure, and seconded, and no objection. The motion is approved. We now proceed to the approval of the unnumbered House Bill, strengthening the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, amending Republic Act number 7916 as amended. This measure enhances PEZA's capacity to attract strategic investments and promote climate resilient and digital economy zones. Are there final comments from the Philippine Economic Zone Authority?
I think, Your Honor, all has been said loud and clear by our Director General when he attended the first meeting last February 23. And again, he is in Thailand right now, asking investors there to come to the Philippines, selling our country to investors. And our profuse thanks to the Committee of Economic Affairs and Trade and the honorable members of the committee for fully supporting this bill, as we look at this measure as it will be instrumental in helping really in improving the attractiveness of the Philippines as the preferred investment destination. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you. We also have any comment from DOF, Department of Finance? We have ASEC Juvie, the Nofrota. ASEC Juvie, the Nofrota. Our representative from DOF. Is anyone from DOF present today? Wala. Or anyone from our resource persons would like to have their, okay. Yes, sir. Can you state your name and your affiliation?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Francisco Saldariaga, representing PHILEA. This is the Philippine Ecozones Association. We have submitted our position paper on the amendments, proposed amendments to the PEZA law, and we are in full support of all the amendments. Mr. Chair, I would like to point out to this august body, especially today, with what has recently happened, we have to ensure that what we're up against, we are fully equipped for it. I think the amendments that have been proposed and have been articulated by the Honorable Congressman Makasait last week, all the more today applies. We have to be as competitive as we possibly can in the light of what's going on. And what has been proposed amendments would in fact probably be the bare minimum that we need. So again, I would just like to reiterate on behalf of the officers and members of PHILEA, full support for the amendments to the PEZA law. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Before we proceed, I'd like also to acknowledge the presence of our SSS GSI's party list, Honorable Rolando Makasait. Any other agency? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Attorney Lester Olimpo again from the Board of Investments. We've already submitted our position just this morning through email. Basically, what we're trying to point out is that it is the BOI's position that PEZA's mandate would only be maintained as its authority over export-oriented enterprises and should not encroach upon domestic market enterprises, considering that the provisions of the bill gives an authority over domestic market enterprises by the definition of basic and strategic industries. It is further our stance that by nature ecozones should only cater or house export-oriented enterprises, considering also that these ecozones enjoy the legal fiction of separate customs territory. In addition, sir, our comment regarding the position submitted pertains to some of the functions or additional functions under the bill which may pose an encroachment on the functions or mandates not only of the LGUs but of other administrative agencies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Any other agencies who would like to comment? Yes, ma'am, from DNR.
Mr. Chair, we would like to be clarified on the to exclusively enforce and administer the provisions of the environmental laws through the issuance of certificates of non-coverage or environmental compliance certificates under Section 13G of House Bill number 5640. Is this similar to the interpretation, Mr. Chair, previously that there's no contention here whether the issuance of the ECCs and CNCs is retained by the DENR, and only what is concerned about here is the coordination between PEZA and the DENR or other ecozones and DENR.
Yes, maybe PEZA can reply to the query.
Your Honor, thank you. We take note of the comment of DNR, and what we are proposing actually is that the PEZA will be given the authority on the issuance of the certificate of non-coverage and ECCs for non-critical environmental projects, Your Honor. For all others, like critical projects, it will be with the DNR. And we have actually a ongoing and live MOA with them on all of these processes, Your Honor. In fact, what we do right now is we receive, under the one-stop shop service of PEZA, we receive applications from the companies for ECCs. We do the pre-processing of the application, and then after the application is pre-processed and pre-cleared, we submit it to the DNR, which is a what we could say as facilitation service also of PEZA. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, can I say something?
Yes,
okay?
Mr. Magsaj, you're recognized.
Yeah, I just have a question regarding that. I think Congressman Garcia was very emphatic about the fact that it should be a one-stop shop. I don't understand why DNR is insisting on having the power of issuing the ECC. Why don't we give it all to PEZA? I don't understand that. So you do the pre-processing, and then you submit it to DNR. Diretsahan na tayo, Iha. Ang hirap kumuha ng ECC sa inyo at ayoko na sabihin ko ano pang kailangan, ha? Why don't we do it all through PEZA? I don't understand that.
Mr. Chair, may I respond?
Yes, you may respond.
The impact assessment, environmental impact assessment, is a highly technical process, which we believe the DENR and the EMB has the expertise on that matter.
You don't have monopoly of intelligence.
You
don't. They can have that too. You don't have that. I don't believe in that.
We note that, and that's why, as an agency, we are open to communication and coordinating with PEZA for the implementation of DNR, for the enforcement and implementation of DNR rules and regulations, even if the issuances of these permits and clearances are retained by the DNR itself.
Hindi ako pabor doon, ha? Kasi hindi ako naniniwala. Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Go ahead.
No, I think I just want to reiterate, Mr. Honorable Makasait, if you have questions, that's directed to the...
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I'm not so familiar with the rules yet.
Do you have additional queries or questions?
I'm just picking up from what Congressman Garcia was saying in the last meeting. It is imperative that we do this smoothly. You should give up some powers. It's very okay. I don't understand why you have to concentrate powers to yourselves. There is no monopoly of knowledge. You can transfer your staff, some of your staff, to PEZA then. Make them apply to PEZA and give them better pay. I don't understand why you have to do the preparation of the environmental impact assessment and then give it to them. I don't understand that. You see, I am an executive. I know it works. There are so many processes. Why don't you do it yourselves? I don't understand that. Diba? Mr. Chairman, yun lang po. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, sir. From Philea.
Mr. Chair, I would just like to add some meat to the commentary of the Honorable Makasait. We in the private sector have been dealing with PEZA for the past 30 years, and we have seen how smooth and efficient this agency is. Lately, there have been attempts by other agencies to try and convolute the process of doing business in the Philippines. Our position is the smoother we can do it, the better it will be for everybody. So again, I support the query of the Honorable Makasait, why it has to be so convoluted. Why not centralize everything within PEZA, which it is fully capable of doing anyway? And the one-stop shop concept has been plagiarized or bastardized, pardon the expression. Let's go back to the one-stop shop in its purest form. Again, I speak for and on behalf of at least the private ecozone practitioners, sir. Yun lang po.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Honorable Lucado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may we request PEZA to maybe give us a bird's eye view? How long does it take for them to approve the permit, given that they have to coordinate with other agencies or departments? I echo the concerns of Honorable Makasait and President Zaldaga, because when we were studying in Singapore, their model for business, Mr. Chair, all of the papers are submitted to just one department and they process everything. They only contact the investors when something is lacking. And with the current investment climate, it's really best that there's less friction. That's why I want to understand what we can do with this process. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Maybe PEZA can reply about the time frame of your approval.
Maybe, Your Honors, we could start with the registration of the company. We have a list of requirements for companies to be able to submit their requirements to be registered with PEZA, either as a manufacturing company, an IT company. So once all of these requirements are completely submitted with PEZA, we have 2 board meetings in a month. So once we submit that to the board meeting for approval, and then maybe after the next day, they could sign the registration agreement. So the signing of registration agreement for companies with PEZA, it would take, we can say, about just 2 weeks, Your Honor. But after the approval of this application, they have to comply with certain requirements from other agencies still before they could start their commercial operations. That's where the ECCs come in. So for ECCs, they have to be securing it from the DNR. But as part of our trade facilitation, we started the one-stop shop long time ago, and we started, one of them is with the DNR ECC. So with our collaborations with ECC, we're able to get ECC to agree that we will just do the pre-processing so that in some way the procedure will be compressed or it will be reduced in time, streamlined. So the processing also from PEZA on the paperwork, it would just take few days for as long as they're able to submit the requirements. And then once we give it to the DNR, we wait. How long will the DNR issue the ECC, Your Honor?
Yes. Honorable Aducado, do you have a follow-up question?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Maybe we can ask DNR what's the normal timeline, Mr. Chair, because I think there's a difference between those highly technical fields which require a study before they get approved for ECC. I'm not sure if it's the amount or the field that's being entered into by the investment.
DNR, you can reply.
Good morning, everyone. I am Engineer George Silvedero from EMB, sa EIA division po. So we have certain thresholds po on the ECC application. So we have the categories A, B, and D. So for the CNC, we only have 3 days. And for the category B, 7 days. And we have, for the category A, we have 40 days. So those are the number of processing days po, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you repeat how many days?
So for the category D, the certificate of non-coverage, we have 3 days. Those are online lang po, sir. For the category B, the IEE, we have. For the category A, sir, ulitin ko na, sir. For the category A, those are the environmentally critical projects. We have 40 days for that, sir. So we have category B, the IEE check, ECPs.
Mr. Chairman, may I be recognized?
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but I think Honorable Poe was raising his hand first.
Mr. Chair, with regards to the situation of PEZA, one, if we could request for a study from PEZA which shows us the average amount of time an investor would have to go through in order to put up their business given all the technical requirements given, so that would also cut time for us in our study. Two, given the situation, it's technically not DNR's fault that they have to handle all of this permitting. It does fall within their authority and jurisdiction. However, given the situation that we want it to be streamlined, Mr. Chair, maybe with the help of PEZA, we can form a bill that would allow PEZA to be the sole authority for all of its licensing and permitting within its purview, so that we don't have to go back and forth with DNR, NIA, and other agencies for permitting and regulation.
Yeah, as a response, if PEZA can furnish us like a time frame schedule, how long do you actually process an application?
We will do that, Your Honor, but this early, I would like to say thank you, Congressman Poe, for that manifestation. We would really love that, because we want our investors to really feel how fast it is to bring your business here and put your business in the Philippines. Thank you, Your Honors.
Honorable Makasait, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairman, just a quick comment. We worked together, Mr. Chairman, in a project years ago. And before we got an ECC from DNR, don't give me those 3 days, that 1 week, 3 months, 45 days. Come on. Took us 1 year to get an ECC from you. It was the Chairman Legarda and me working on a project together. So hindi ako believe doon. Wag na natin. In teorya, madali sabihin yan. Pero yung sa katotohanan, hindi. Kaya I subscribe to the suggestion of Congressman Poe, the Honorable Congressman Poe, that you should give us a timeline. And then I want deadlines to each of the permits so that klaro lahat, no, upon submission, like in 30 days approved, in 15 days approved. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, kung pwede sana, ano ang timeline sa Vietnam? Anong timeline sa Malaysia? I wanna see that. Dapat ang comparison natin, hindi with any Philippine operation. Dapat in comparison with ASEAN, we always compare ourselves with ourselves, which is so stupid. Diba? We should compare ourselves with our neighbors, diba? With our competitors. So I'm thinking of Vietnam, diba?
Mr. Chair, I move that
yes, Honorable Poe.
Sorry, I move that we strike that from the record.
Yes,
I know he means well, but
there's
Okay,
a
Mr.
motion
Chairman,
to
I'll
strike
just-
some of your comments.
just the tail end, Mr. Chair.
The tail end, that motion is approved.
My
Yes.
apologies, Mr. Chairman. I would reword it to BS. Thank you, Congressman Poe. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments from... Yes, ma'am, from SGV, yes. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, everybody. I'm Margo Advincula. I'm a tax partner, but right now I'm not here as a tax partner, but foreign direct investments leader of SGV. So I work a lot with investors, multinational companies who want to expand outside of their country of jurisdictions, and they select from ASEAN countries. So, sir, I know where you're coming from. I feel you. And most of these investors, Mr. Chair, that we talk to, they want only one point of contact when they register their businesses in the Philippines. And of course, they want a faster permitting timeline, similar to what the Honorable Makasait has mentioned earlier. So the reason why we work a lot with PEZA and the Director General, in fact, we work a lot with them, we partner with them in trade missions, it's because we hear a lot of good words from these investors who want to expand in the Philippines, and they're under economic zones. So with this bill that is pending with the committee, I think that it's high time to strengthen and update the mandate of PEZA. Given also that we are hosting ASEAN 2026 this year, it's a good time for us to support this bill. So we manifest in SGV as the Foreign Direct Investments leader, we manifest our support to this bill and to PEZA as a whole. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you. No, I just want to reiterate, from our substitute bill on Section 9, amending Section 13, our provision is really to have a one-stop shop. So PEZA will have all the authority for all the approval. Yes, from DNR.
With all due respect to the Honorable Representative Makasait, so we understand your sentiments, sir, on the time frame, the processing time frame sa totoong buhay. But it must be noted, sir, that the time frame contemplates po kasi within the control of the EMB. The 40 days reflect that there are no unresolved issues in the review process, let's say, which are beyond the control of the EMB. So dun po, sir, papasok yung sa processing time frame. For as long as all the documents are complete, all issues unresolved, especially at the scoping stage, and then the review process po will proceed smoothly. And also, as to the one-stop shop, I think we can also apply by analogy the case of energy projects under the Department of Energy, when we have EVOS and the documents are received in that one-stop shop, but still the responsible agency which has jurisdiction over the operation or the implementation of the projects, which will issue the necessary permits or clearances. And so for that, sir, we'd like to retain our position that the enforcement of the environmental laws, especially that of P 1586 or the PISS, remain with the DNR, because enforcement of these environmental laws connote not only the regulatory or the permitting, but also the adjudicatory functions or powers. And I would just don't know if kung saan po manggagaling yung powers of the PEZA to adjudicate violations under these environmental laws. Thank you po, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, as I would just like to add to what my colleague said, EMB regulations already reflect the intent of the EcoZone to enhance environmental regulations and ease of doing business in our existing rules. Present and future ecozones may apply for a programmatic environmental impact statement so that we can ensure an independent, technically sound, and nature-based approach to environmental regulations without affecting economic development. We are supportive of the bill's intention of a climate resilient, digitally advanced, and globally competitive investment destination. And that's why the EMB is ready to work constructively with PEZA, much like our previous memorandum of agreement with them, which they already also mentioned. And so we can craft a legal framework that can achieve these goals without compromising the nation's environmental integrity. We also would like to manifest that we would like to submit our position paper officially through the DENR.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Honorable Po, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair, they bring up a very valid point about the, of course, even if we want PEZA to be a one-stop shop for everything, in terms of the specialization and the team that would be necessary to provide an accurate determination of whether or not they are compliant, or businesses, or even the structure of the economic zone is compliant, we would actually have to add personnel to PEZA to be able to make sure that it would be able to do that. That's why I'm suggesting maybe if ever there would be a bill or something that we can work on with the concerned agency, so that we can transfer powers to PEZA, so that within PEZA we don't have to go through this back and forth anymore with different agencies.
Okay, thank you for that manifestation. Now, I just would like to reiterate also that for this committee, we just want, hopefully, the substitute bill to be approved on committee level, and if ever we have amendments, we can still tackle it in the plenary. But for this day, I hope that we could just approve the substitute bill, at least here in the committee. Any other comments from other agencies? And I could see again Honorable Makasait.
Mr. Chairman, I was thinking if you need a motion for approval, I will move. But since there's still a question, then
maybe just a manifestation.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
It's actually just a reiteration of the need to streamline the process without demeaning the necessity of having DNR part of the process. A suggestion was made, I think, by the Honorable Makasait. If need be, station a team or a couple of experts within the PEZA AGs to be able to do the process. In other words, kasi ang issue po is timing. All right? If we're able to put together a mechanism or a team within the PEZA group that will allow the process to be shortened, that will help. Again, maybe it's timely that we're bringing up all these administrative, but it can be done. It can be done. So, yun lang po. Having the experts within the PESA organization to streamline the process, I think would help.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Is there any motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that the unnumbered House bill in substitution of House Bills number 4713, 5640, and 5760, and its corresponding committee report be approved, subject to style and technical amendments, including the comments of the Committee on Ways and Means and Appropriations, as well as the inclusion of the new referrals proposing amendments to RA 7916 as amended, as manifested in the plenary session prior to the submission of the committee report to the House.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any objection? Yes, from DNR.
From DNR. Before the sub-bill gets to be approved, may we first ask if it's possible to have it reworded, particularly section 13G? Again, on the provision transferring enforcement of Philippine 86 to the PESA.
Mr. Chair, I think we just take note of the comments of the DNR. I think it's not under the parliamentary rules for them to object. They are not members of this committee, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair. Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Chair, anyway, we move that it be subject to style. So we maybe, if it's just a matter of rewording, I think that's something that we can take up later on. But generally, I continue my motion that we approve this.
Okay. Is there any objection?
I seconded, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion and it's duly seconded, and being there no objection, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chairman, can I just say something? Mr. Chairman, is it okay if all of us here, if everybody's available, we can be co-authors of this bill, of these bills, unless anybody objects to that, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, there's a motion that and duly seconded that all members present here today will be co-authors of the substitute bill, and being no objection, the motion is carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, before the approval po of the bills, may I just put on record, I am Mariel Soriano po, from the American Chamber of Commerce, also representing the Joint Foreign Chambers. Our colleague from the Japanese Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines is unable to join us as of the moment. However, he asked that we place on record JCCIPI's general support for the intent and direction of the proposed amendments, particularly the objective of strengthening PESA, promoting strategic and climate-resilient investments, enhancing ease of doing business, and positioning the Philippines as a competitive destination in the region. Many of JCCIPI's, or the Japanese chambers, over 800 member companies are locators within PESA-registered economic zones and have directly benefited from the stability and predictability of the Ecozone regime. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that. So, are there any other matters you want to be taken up?
There being no other matters, Mr. Chair, I move that we adjourn.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the joint meeting on the Committee on Economic Affairs and the Committee on Trade and Industry is hereby adjourned.
On the part of the Committee on Trade and Industry, this joint meeting is hereby adjourned.